Welcome to episode 2 of building this Supra into the car that it was meant to be. In this episode I'll try to, since we actually already removed the gearbox and did all the removal bits in episode number 1, which I didn't show in detail, I will in this episode show you more up close how the conversion process looks and what kind of issues that we ran into during this conversion process. So the target was to actually get the gearbox in. Spoiler alert, we didn't get it in yet. So what we did was we actually got the clutch master in, and we have cut the hole in the transmission tunnel for the shifter. Yeah. So here we have removed the brake pedal, and now we're gonna cut open the pre-cut templates in the plastic for the pedal. On the right-hand drive version, this is actually already prepared. So one of these knives actually works rather well to cut the hole into the plastic. Gets the job done really quickly. And that should be it. Installing the clutch master cylinder on the right-hand drive version of the Supra was actually rather easy, because the main hole where the clutch master cylinder is supposed to be mounted is pre-drilled from factory. The only holes I had to drill were the ones for the bolts holding the clutch master, and that was they were actually marked on the sheet metal already where they are supposed to go. So no measurements to get the right bolt pattern were needed. Here are some quality Japanese electrical installations, including a very nicely molested trim piece. Now we have also removed this vacuum sensor that was connected to that random instrument on the dash. While we're at it, I could use the tube to fix up the hacked up and adapted piece of vacuum tube. Well, that's a fuse box, and I think that's a wire coming out of a fuse. I have no idea if that's safe. That's the hole for the gearbox and the shifter that we just cut. And now it's time for some celebration. You can have any beer as long as it's, well, no advertisements here. Problem in the end is located over here, because when we wanted to install the flywheel to the engine, we ran into some problems with these bolts. The bolts themselves, they're just fine. They're ARP flywheel bolts. Interestingly enough, originally intended for the 4AGE engine, but they fit just fine for the 2JZ. And with the thickness of this flywheel, this length of bolt is perfect. So my problem is that on that side of the bolt, it's an M10 times 1.25 centimeters thread. But since they're made in the US, on this side we have an imperial size head. It's a half inch 12-point head. So looking at the sockets that I could find here in Europe, I have 11, 12, 13, 14 millimeter heads, and when you convert half inch, it turns out to be approximately 12.5 millimeters. So none of these sockets actually fit. Doesn't fit here, and this one is loose. So to tighten this, I really want to make sure that I don't strip ahead, because we're going to use some assembly lube on this side and then some Loctite or some thread fastener on this side. And since that gives me only one chance to do it right, I really want to do it right in the first try. So I have now ordered the proper socket bit, and it should arrive by tomorrow, so I hope to actually get going with the next episode in the next couple days, if time allows.